What's up, guys? Marvelous Mark here, and I wanted to do my review for the series Black Sails, the pirate show that was on Stars. Man, that show was really awesome. I just wanted to give my quick thoughts on the show and just run through it real quick. I'm gonna do episode reviews for it, but right now I just want to run through it and just tell you what I thought of the whole series in general. Okay, so you know, it started off with Captain Flint. Well, it is about Captain Flint. The whole story of Black Sails is basically about Captain Flint. And Captain Flint, he is one of the most known pirates in the show. You know, in real life, he is not a real pirate that was here like others like Blackbeard or Long John Silver or Jack Rackham, Bonnie. You know, Bonnie Ann. Anne Bonnie. Sorry. They were real pirates, but Captain Flint was a made-up character for the show to be their main character. And it starts off with Captain Flint, you know, and we meet John Silver, which he started off as a cook. And I looked more into the pirate stories, and I got to know a lot more about the characters because I was really intrigued by John Silver, especially his character, the actor that played him, betrayed him very well. Like after I read a lot about him. But Captain Flint, he finds John Silver, and right off the bat they are not friends. They are basically enemies. Captain Flint holds John Silver captive. John Silver tries to get things done behind his back because John Silver stole a piece of I think it was the Urker gold out of Captain Flint's journal, which didn't sit well with Captain Flint because everyone was thinking on his ship that you meet Singleton in the very first episode, and I believe the second episode, that's when him and Captain Flint actually get into a fight to the death because they basically put a lie on Singleton that he stole the page out of Captain Flint's book, but actually it was John Silver, and nobody finds that out until way later. And even when they do find that out, John Silver remembers it and then burns it. So then John Silver is the only man who knows where the Urker gold is. Later on, I'm pretty sure a lot of you know out there who like Black Sails. Everyone found out basically. Jack Rackham, Anne Bonnie, Max. She started off as basically a prostitute, and then she just worked her way up to the ranks. Like she's in charge. At the end of the show, she's in charge of Nassau. So I thought that was really cool. You get to see her character evolve a lot. She's been through so much, you know. Like she was just basically treated like a doll, like a rag doll. Like she was getting passed on to different men, and it wasn't right to be doing that. And Charles Vane, one of my favorite characters on the show, the actor portrayed him amazingly. Charles Vane is just like a man that you don't want to mess with when you screw him over. When you screw Charles Vane over, you know he's going to get you back, and he's going to get you back worse than you did him. Because Eleanor, which was Charles Vane's lover for years and years, that's who Charles Vane, he betrayed Teach, which is Blackbeard, I think it was a few years ago, for Eleanor. And Eleanor, I believe, is also a made-up character for the show. But Charles Vane betrayed Blackbeard for this woman, and this woman here basically destroyed the relationship between her and Charles Vane. I mean, it does, like, she plays with his mind a lot. Charles Vane actually loves her, but Eleanor is always playing with his mind, which Charles Vane, he doesn't know because he's always blinded by love for her, you know, because he's doing everything for her. And Charles Vane, he can do anything. I basically thought, I don't remember, I think it was second season, maybe, I believe it was second season, or maybe even the first, at the end of the first, Charles Vane was basically he was dead, presumed dead, because I don't remember the man's name. He was he was a huge man. That man was big, man, like the Mountain from Game of Thrones, basically like that. He beat him up. That was Charles Vane's. He used to follow him too, and the people that he held there were just basically his slaves, you know. And Charles Vane convinced those men to come with him and go out there, and for them to see like the world and what the world has to offer and what they can gain from taking it all, you know. And Charles Vane, he ended up beating, I believe is one of his mentors. I'm gonna say one of his mentors. He defeated him, he killed him, and he came back from the dead, which gives him even more story to Charles Vane, because now you believe that this man has came back to life, and you're scared of this man no matter what. And Charles Vane, I hated the way he died, but he went out the way he wanted to go out. Billy, another character from the very beginning, you know, which set off the whole thing with the Yurka Gold, the lost page, the Rip page from Captain Flint's book. It started there. He lied for Flint too, just letting you know. But yeah, Charles Vane, his death, he went out the way he wanted to. He's get on with it, motherfucker. He's amazing, man. Charles Vane will go down as one of my favorite pirates of all time. Yeah, and then let's go on to the next pirate, Blackbeard. Blackbeard, I did not expect to see him in the show. When I heard that he was actually going to be in it, because I watched the show after it was finished, so I didn't know really too much about the show. I didn't know who Captain Flint was, so you know, I just got into the show and I love it. You know, it's amazing. I wish they wouldn't have ended it there. I wish they would have went to Treasure Island, continued that, trying to look for Captain Flint's gold. You know, but yeah, Blackbeard, I did not expect to see him in season 3. Yeah, season 3. I believe he was in that season, and he was just like, he was a man possessed. You know, like he's the most feared pirate out of all pirates that you know that are written down in history books. He is the most feared pirate. You wouldn't want to mess with Blackbeard. The man had a Spanish warship that you did not want to mess with. He had a fleet of ships. You know, you did not want to mess with Blackbeard no matter what. You didn't want to run into him because he will. I think he had a little remorse, like he had sympathy to some people. He didn't just kill them right off the bat, you know. Maybe later down in his life, maybe after that, he had no remorse for any Spanish soldiers or any British soldiers. You know, he didn't have any remorse for them. But Blackbeard in the show was amazing. Him and Captain Flint's fight, I actually thought Captain Flint had the upper hand in that fight, but Captain Flint, you know, Captain Flint is a man that thinks he can win all the time, and he's very lucky in the show. He is really lucky. He gets what he wants. He tells people what they want to hear. He lies to everyone. He tries to get everyone to do what he wants to do, and it works. You know, happened with Eleanor. Jack Rackham hates Captain Flint for everything he has done to them. You know, Captain Flint, he basically, his crew members don't even trust him towards the end. Even with Long John Silver, like Captain Flint is such a complex character. He is probably since he's a made-up character, I'll say he's one of my favorites, but I'm not gonna put him in my list of pirates, you know, that are actually real life pirates, you know. Captain Flint, you know, him and his relationship with Thomas, you know, he ends up going back to him at the end. They end up finding him, which I don't believe is true. I honestly think Long John Silver killed him, and he lied to Maddie and told her that Captain Flint just reunited with his long lost love, you know. I honestly believe that's not true. But you just don't know. It just ends like that. Everyone ends with a happy ending, except, you know, for Jack Rackham and Anne Bonny, they're gonna accept their fate. You even see Mary Read in there too at the very last episode, the last few minutes. So you basically know that they're still pirates. They just can't pirate in Nassau. And you know, Jack Rackham gets hanged. Jack Rackham gets hanged. Anne Bonny, I read that she ends up living to 85 or more years, 85 years old or even more. She has around 17 children. Mary Read died in prison when they were in prison, her and Anne Bonny. But Anne Bonny lived through it all. You know, she's seen everything. She was there with Blackbeard, with Charles Vane, with Jack Rackham. She knows the pirate life, and she's very lucky she got to live, because anything could have bad happened to her. Like Mary Read, she died during they believe that she died during pregnancy. I believe that too back then, because I'm pretty sure they really didn't care about their children. But yeah, and Jack Rackham, he's another good character in the show. He's the most smartest character. He knows what he's doing. He always has a plan up his sleeve. He ends up getting the Urkel Gold himself, which was an awesome ending scene for season 2, I believe. It was season 2. The ending scene with the Urkel Gold, which was awesome, man. That too. Governor Rogers. Governor Rogers was basically the villain in season 3 and 4, maybe mid season 3, and then all of 4 basically. He ends up killing Blackbeard. The man, he just wanted to do his job. He wanted to protect his reputation. He just wanted to get things done. He killed Blackbeard. You know, he humiliated Blackbeard. But Blackbeard, even when he was getting dragged across the barnacles under the ship, Blackbeard still will wake up and show that, you know, he has this strength that no one else has. And Governor Rogers, you know, he ends up shooting Blackbeard in the head and ending his life there. But Governor Rogers, he's still a very vicious man that the pirates did not want to mess with. And finally, at the end, Captain Flynn, Jack Rackham, their combined strengths finally beat Governor Rogers. And Governor Rogers was, I think, when he was in prison. And basically, the worst thing that could happen to him is knowing that he couldn't stop the war between the pirates over there and the British. He couldn't stop the pirates, which is an embarrassment over there too. So that's the worst punishment he could have gotten besides death, you know. Yeah, man. Long John Silver, he came a long way too. He ended up being he went to a cook, a quartermaster, then he went to ship captain. Like, the man, he ranked up, you know. He showed his power even when Billy was forging letters, lying too, that Long John Silver was doing certain things when he actually wasn't. You know, Long John Silver still got the reputation, and everyone was scared of Long John Silver. Some people knew, you know, like Captain Flynn. Oh, he know. Besides Long John Silver, when he killed that man in the tavern, with his steel toe, with his metal foot, basically, he killed him like that. Besides that story, all the other stories were basically kind of made up, and it was cool to see people's reaction when Long John Silver were there. He was basically a legend of the pirates. Basically, to me, after Blackbeard, I think Long John Silver would be my favorite. Well, actually, okay, Charles Vane, Blackbeard, then Long John Silver, like that, and the rest can follow behind. Those are my top 3 out of the whole show, at least. And well, I don't know them in real life, so I can say nothing about real life. But yeah, the show ends. Everyone has a happy ending. We finally get to see the pirate flag at the end. Oh, jolly, you know, we get to see that at the end too, which is cool, you know. And yeah, man, I just wanted to share my thoughts with you on that. I really liked the show. Black Sails was an awesome show. I loved it. I'm gonna do episode reviews for it. I'm gonna start off with season 1 all the way ending at season 4. I'm gonna do that. Also, I'm gonna do Game of Thrones all the way from season 1 all the way to season 6 before season 7 starts in a couple months. And also, I'm going to do Vikings. I'm sure a lot of you like Vikings also. I'm gonna do season 1 through season 4 reviews also. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna keep having content coming out. I just want to make sure you like, subscribe, make sure you hit that like button, and yeah, guys, just come back, check back, share the channel, you know. Alright, guys, Marvelous Mark.